I was on Google last week, and before I could even type anything, Cracker Barrel logo was trending. Apparently, Cracker Barrel changed their logo, and it sucks. It's the complete opposite of unique, authentic, tradition. It's boring. It's boring. Now, I'm not really too outraged about this. I'm not really a big Cracker Barrel fan, but I think I've only been to Cracker Barrel probably 2 times in my life, and that was probably between the ages of 9 and 15. So Cracker Barrel changes their logo, and it was probably the worst thing that they could do. And to me, this screams change, and why I hate change. Why change is unnecessary. And I bet the people who work at Cracker Barrel and are associated with Cracker Barrel probably feel the same way. They lost $100 million in market value Thursday after its stock plunged following the release of a new logo. The new design eliminates a long-standing drawing of an overall clad man leaning against a barrel in favor of a cleaner logo featuring just the chain's name. Shares of Cracker Barrel fell 4.22 or 7.2% to $54.80 in Thursday trading, shedding $94 million in market value. The stock had dipped to a low $50.27 earlier in the day. Cracker Barrel shares gained in early trading Friday, but resumed their slide later in the day. The stock closed down 40 cents on, or less than 1%, to $54.40. Wall Street's reaction to logo redesign comes to a Cracker Barrel has been working to refresh its image through new menu items and redecorated stores. That eschew the 54-year-old chain's old-timey approach in favor of a more modern look. Now the CEO, Julia Monsino, who earns $1 million a year, has become a target for those outraged over the change. She came on Good Morning America. I watched another YouTube video, someone talking about this, and she said that it's a positive and she's getting some positive reactions. Well, I don't think that's the case. According to this article, exposed Cracker Barrel workers' bombshell claims about $1 million a year CEO as she faces calls to quit over delusional woke rebrand. The embattled CEO of Cracker Barrel has been accused by workers of slashing working hours and reducing food quality. Daily Mail can exclusively reveal as she faces calls for her resignation over a disastrous rebrand. Let's see, and some people were not too happy about that. Donald Trump's son, Donald J., took to X to demand and to know what the fuck is wrong with Cracker Barrel, quoting a post by the Woke War Room account. The post had claimed the chain had scrapped a beloved American aesthetic and replaced it with sterile, soulless branding. One ex-user added, "I am boycotting Cracker Barrel until they change the logo back and fire the CEO." Another posted, "Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Massino should face charges for this crime against humanity. Cracker Barrel rebrand is one of the most upsetting things I've seen in a long time. Literally, everyone I know is in shock." So yeah, I don't think those are positive reactions. Originally, when I saw this, I thought it was a woke thing. I thought it was people were crying about the man leaning on a barrel, probably saying it's offensive to African Americans. You got a white man leaning on a barrel, or why is there a man up there? There should be a woman. If a woman can't be up there, then take the whole logo down. But I couldn't really find anything where people were upset by it. It just seems like something that was changed that didn't need to be changed. And I don't like change. And that's where I get annoyed. Why change the logo? The logo was fine. When I see the logo, I see Cracker Barrel. I say to myself, that's Cracker Barrel, because I recognize the man leaning on the barrel. So why change it to something so bland and boring? This is not really a rebrand. You just took away the man leaning on the barrel and just kept the font in the same color and just kept the name, Cracker Barrel. You didn't put a new figure up there. You didn't put any new colors, no new designs, nothing. It's just a bland logo. So why change it? I I really do hate change. Change sucks, okay? It's like in MLB The Show, when you try to throw a runner out at first base, there's a feature you could change it to called button accuracy, and these arrows would appear in front of the infielder's feet. And once those arrows reach its maximum, you let go of the button. Well, in this MLB, you tap the button, right? And then they changed another feature, but this was in 24, to where if you try to throw out a runner, a bar will appear above the infielder's head, and then there will be a chunk of green above the head. Well, depending on how hard the ball was hit and who's doing the infielding, the green bar will shrink. Or if you're in the outfield and you're trying to throw it back into the infield and get a runner out at home, the green bar will move to the right, and then you gotta get this little skinny bar into the green bar, which is so stupid. You're just making it difficult for players. Okay, that's just an example of why I don't like change. You didn't need to change it. It was fine the way it was. The game was fine the way it was. Just like the logo for Cracker Barrel. It was fine the way it was. So, I don't know. I just want to come on here and talk about that. Please like and subscribe. That is it, and I am out.